Alrighty, 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty, guys, what is up? We are back once again. Sorry about that big delay there. That was my fault. Hopefully, we go ahead and get more people. That would be just great there. I had to go ahead and kill the stream just for a few seconds. Wanted to get rid of the delay because that was just kind of annoying. But hey, it's just one of those rules that you have to do. The rest of these games are all going to be off of replays. So, you know, that does happen, though. Wow, it's going to be another mirror matchup here. It's going to be a TVT, though. And, hey, I'm SamSc2. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you click that follow button. And I am here with my fellow caster,
Bazooka Benji. And it is great to be joining you, Sam. Here starting off this lovely clan war between LgN and its GoSu. As you said, we do have STX down in the bottom left-hand corner. He is a California resident, and he's going to be fighting against LgN Whisper, who we can just assume lives somewhere in North America. And,
yeah, definitely, maybe, I think. But I could be wrong, too. I've actually played a few times with Whisper. I mean, I should say I casted a few times with Whisper. LgN guys are generally pretty awesome. I think some of my first games was with Jim Rising and Whisper.
Oh, lovely. And to the people out there in the chat, we promise that we are not Hebrewing anyone. We're just trying to offer you the best and possible listening pleasure.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And, yeah, this game are going to be in store for some just crazy micro, most likely. I mean, TVT is very micro-intensive. Not as much as Zerg versus Zerg, of course, because that is just... oh man, all micro, and it's basically ZVZ always comes down to who makes the first mistake generally loses very quickly too. I mean, just one little mistake, one misclick of your lings going into a bunch of banelings, everything explodes, and that's just sad face mode.
Yeah, you know, they say that, Zerg versus Zerg is a knife fight. They say Protoss versus Protoss is just like a toss-up pretty much, a coin flip. And then they say that Terran versus Terran is a chess match.
See, I was going to say it's a Marine battle, because there's a whole lot of Marines generally.
Yeah, but what it really comes down to is what units you have in the position they're in, and that's where chess really comes into play, because Terran versus Terran is very much all about position, especially the later in the game you get.
Oh yeah, especially if you can get your tank line up in position. I mean, if that your opponent attacks into it and your line is just beautiful, I mean, everything you have will melt away so quickly. And it looks like Whisper not actually able to get up into the main base there. He was basically blocked off. Let me just double check. Yes, he was. He is no longer able to scout out into the main there, so he's going to be kind of blind for a bit. Might have to waste a scan. So he's going to be putting down a command center down onto the second base location, and he's going to be following up with, well, nothing else. No gas yet from him. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, both of these guys seem to be doing a relatively similar expand, just a one-racks expand. Something that you had seen very similar in a Terran vs. Protoss game. At this point, though, the transition is usually different. Instead of throwing down the gases, it looks like they're going to be throwing down a quick barracks, at least for Whisper, anyways.
Yeah, it looks like we had the 2 barracks on the way here for Whisper. Double gas going down for him also, but it looks like GoSu's doing exactly the same thing. The 3 barracks build there with that extra command center is really going to allow you to build a significant amount of units here, and we're just going to have to see how well they are able to deal with their units. But it looks like GoSu really likes to scout out, or STX really likes to scout out a lot. Was trying to check for any possible proxy barracks or anything of that nature, but it looks like he's going to get a nice scout out into the main. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's good to have that information. At this point, he knows that his opponent has gone for pretty much the exact same build that he has, which is good. It lets him know that at least he's safe. He doesn't have to worry about any type of all-in or any really quick tech from his opponent. And it's amazing. This is pretty much a mirror matchup at this point.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're basically even out there. One worker killed. That's pretty much the only difference between the two. It's 23 to 21 right now, but because GoSu X has been just basically scouting out a lot across the map there, he hasn't had the same amount of SCVs there. Whisper's basically in the blind right now.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that, you know, he can just kind of assume that STX is doing the same build as him. I don't like to assume, but I talk to these guys. Dangerous. They know each other's playstyle pretty well, so that's what I'm guessing. Is like once you've played someone a lot, you get to the point where you feel comfortable in knowing what they're gonna go, which can totally come to bite you in the butt. But like you said, like when you do the shift V on what Whisperer's got, he is completely in the blind.
Oh yeah, and it could really catch him off guard if it happens, of course. I mean, if Whisper would have not gone for the exact same build, if we would have gone for maybe, or I mean, I'm sorry, if GoSu STX would have gone for maybe like early Banshees or something, like Cloak Banshees could really hurt him. Yeah, well, I guess that could be wrong. I guess there is basically only a couple builds that the opponent will go.
Yeah, like take for example if STX had gone for really quick tanks and tried to gone for a Marine tank push right here, Whisper would totally be caught with his pants down. But like I said, like these guys have played each other on the ladder a bunch. They know each other's playstyle pretty well, so and they're just kind of being comfortable, and that's how we ended up seeing the exact same build from each other. It seems to be like the opening Terran versus Terran macro build. And you're absolutely right, Sam, in the beginning when you're pointing out it is going to be a Marine versus Marine war pretty much.
Oh
That's
yeah,
usually what
yeah.
we see.
Absolutely. Well, check it out right now. It looks like Whisper is going to get down his starport a lot earlier and switching that off with that reactor that was being built up on that factory. Still very normal stuff there. We had the +1 weapons on the way for both of them. And Stimpack is really ahead there for Whisper, so he might be setting up to do a timing push here.
Yeah, it's a good point there. He's moving his units around. He's going to be going ahead and putting the factory down, probably adding a tech lab onto it pretty shortly. It'd be interesting to see if he just skips the whole tank process altogether, like you said, and goes for that timing push, in which case he'd probably just go for Marines and Medivacs.
Yeah, and it's such a good build to go there. He's also, I was thinking he was building any Hellions up, but he's not. He's just going to maximize his Marine production right now, and also getting that combat shields. So he's got such a good time right now to go ahead and just push in there. I mean, GoSu X's army is pretty good, but just having those Medivacs that early and that Stimpack that early, he can just plow down the front of his base there. And I mean, it is 23 to 26 workers, or Marines, but it's just those two Medivacs are just key.
Yeah, and as you can see, Whisper is just finishing up the combat shields, or just starting combat shields, whereas it looks like SDX has already finished them. So if they do have a Marine engagement in the middle, SDX is going to have a whole lot more life to support his Marines. But at this point, you know, it just looks like they're just pushing around, or, you know, looking around the map, killing some rocks. I wouldn't be surprised to see like a drop play come down here soon. At this point, really just kind of looking around, posturing up, kind of just exploring, getting map control, and it looks like Whisper's finally starting to put out some siege tanks, and so is STX.
Yeah, they're going to be following up with those siege tanks, which is very key to these Terran versus Terran battles. Generally, whoever has the tank lead can win the battle very quickly, especially even if they don't have that many Marines. I mean, it's just they're so key. I really love GoSu SDX's unit placements around the map. He sees so much of it. Has both the towers. He's got units at the 3rd and possible 4th base location. He knows exactly that Whisper is pushing out right now, so he's going to start to go ahead and pull back. We do have the sensor towers going down too. That's for Whisper to go ahead and defend, or at least see if there's any possible drops coming his way.
Yeah, definitely. Whisper just killing some more rocks, really clearing out the map. He obviously does not like rocks or any of the destructible stuff. If it can be destroyed, you know, he obviously must have loved Mario, just busting bricks all day long. Oh yeah, and definitely good. Probably killed a couple Goombas in his life too.
But looks like, I mean, really, the whole combat shields versus the Stimpack thing, it's really hard to say who always wins that war. You can't really say it's the guy with the shields, because of the fact that Stimpack is so good for your Marines, and being able to heal it up with your earlier Medivacs, you could easily overwhelm the opponent, but again, it's just all about who can attack first and who can attack in the best concave, or and who can get to the reinforcements quicker.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Mostly just comes down to like concave and position. At this point, I mean, there's really no debate between Stimpack and Shields. Get them both, and that's exactly what they both did. As you can see, that all the Marines have 55 life on both sides. And
yeah, Whisper has a really good timing to go ahead and start to push in here. I mean, he does have a pretty big Marine army right now. It's a pretty overwhelming force to be exact, and he also has that +1/+1 finished up. They're also +2 weapons, very close to finishing off there. He must have gotten that army a whole lot, or very early.
Yeah, and it looks like Whisper is going to be heading out toward GoSu, as GoSu is heading out toward Whisper. GoSu does know that this entire force is headed toward him, whereas Whisper does not know that GoSu's force is headed toward him. So, GoSu looks like he's going to have a huge advantage here. He's going to be able to thwart that. What does Whisper have at home? He has about the same, so...
Yeah, he was able to defend that. I mean, and picking off that command center was really big right there for GoSu. He's definitely ahead in this game right now. Just really helping out a significant amount. Although he was able to pick off a couple of those Medivacs, the tank line's still pretty good there. But looks like he's going to be attacked here from the rear. Going to be going into a meat grinder, though. Oh, man, picking off that tank pretty quickly, though. And not attacking for both sides. I'm actually really surprised at that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like we're going to have an STX sandwich here. Whisperer stims up, goes in, picks off the 2 tanks really quick, and then, like you said, not attacking from both sides. That is extremely surprising. Why wouldn't he flank? He's got all of his Marines right there.
Yeah,
Either way, he still
so
cleans
good.
it up.
Yeah, it's such a good idea to do that. I mean, you're going to be able to absorb a lot of the tank shells. That can mitigate a lot of the splash damage that can go down onto those Marines and other stuff of that nature there. But it looks like we have that third base now. Again, going to be setting up here for Whisper, and he's also going to start to push across the map. It's 153 to 119. That is incredible.
Yeah, looks like Whisper is pulling ahead in the supply.
I don't know how he did that too, because I mean, really, in all actuality, he lost a lot right there with that attack. I mean, I guess it was just picking up that huge army from GoSu. STX just pushed him that farther ahead. But the tank count is kind of in favor of Whisper. Wow,
It's the Marines.
5 to 3. That's amazing.
Yeah, if you look at the units tab, Whisper has 70 Marines and STX only has 40.
I'm sorry, it was 6 to 3. I was mind fart right there. Looks like he's going to continuously attack there, and this is still anybody's battle. Third base going to be up and running here for GoSu STX a little bit earlier than LgN Whispers. So I don't know. It's still anybody's game. I mean, GoSu STX is going to have that economic boost, so he can easily throw down more and more production capabilities to overwhelm him. But then again, Whisper is doing really good on the upgrade counts.
Yeah, that's one of the beautiful things about Terran is it's actually pretty forgiving. The amount of reinforcements that they create during a macro game like this, you can lose an entire army and still be in the game. It really it comes down to each individual battle, and if you can just continue to win individual battles, you'll eventually win the war.
Oh, absolutely. Especially that level 3 already going to be finishing up here within the next 50 seconds or so. Also getting that +1 vehicle weapons, and I really like that whole thing. That is going to utilize, let him utilize his tanks just that much more. There, Whisper getting a nice flank right there from the rear on all of those tanks. A lot of stuff is getting killed off there. Tanks, wow, getting killed, and we see the GG right there. Wow, that was good. That is,
Yeah.
It's just like in 2 seconds, it just completely switched around.
I'm just loading up that second replay right now.
Okay. Ready to go yet? Come on, you ready?
Yep, just give me the 3, 2, 1.
All right, it's going to be 3, 2, 1, go. And sorry about that, I had a little pause for a second there. I'm not really sure why. I totally just messed it up, but hey, guys, thanks for stopping by. This is me, SamSc2, mostly with my fellow caster.
Bazooka Benji.
And we are watching GoSu STX take on LgN Whisper, and this is going to be the second game here between these two. Round 2 between it's GoSu and LgN, and both these clans are so good.
Yeah, we saw a really good Terran versus Terran macro game last game. Both parties getting pretty high into the PSI counts, but Whisper ending up just much farther ahead in the Marine count, able to flank STX and take out the middle of the map and force the tap out.
Yeah, it was just amazing how very key it is, all about battles. I mean, as we were talking about earlier, it just comes down to that unit control, who can get the flank and who can get the reinforcements there. And Whisper just stemming up with those Marines from the rear, engaging at perfect timing with those tanks DC'd for just a small amount of time. And GoSu just not able to utilize the splash damage like he needed and just getting overwhelmed, and that was amazing. It's STX. Sorry, guys. It's a GoSu of the clan GoSu, and it's STX. We just keep butchering that there, and I'm getting yelled at. And sorry, everyone.
It's alright, Sam. We still love you.
Alright, good. Well, I sure do hope so. And if you are new to the stream, click that follow button and tell your friends about this. This is GoSu versus LgN. Just two very powerful clans in the world right now. I don't know their global ranks, but I know that they are incredible at this game.
Yeah, both these teams have an extremely stacked roster. Some really, really high-level, top-tiered skilled players. STX is one of the better Terrans in North America. And the game we saw before this with Wang Sin, he's an amazing Protoss player, so you guys are not going to see any lack of skill today. This is not just some average run-of-the-mill Joe Schmo clan war. This is some of the premier teams in North America competing right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And again, if there was any lag earlier, sorry about that. That was because of the delay that we had on there. It does happen. But, yep, looks like Whisper again going to be in the blind, not able to get a nice scout out into the main at all there, but Whisper has been utilizing just lack of walls on his own front base there, allowing him to build up his buildings that much quicker and get out his units that much quicker.
Yeah, he just sends the Marine out front, so that's his wall right there. A Marine of bullet fire, or a wall of bullet fire. And
well, it's still possible for an SCV to get by it, of course, but knowing Whisper's control, most likely not going to happen.
Yeah, he's got some shooting scoot if he wants to try getting by. It looks like we're going to see shortly as finally the SCV scout for STX is making his way toward Whisper's base. And if he does get by, he's going to see that it's pretty much the same as last game. Both these guys are opening up with a 1-Rax expand.
Yeah, it looks like GoSu STX is not going to go up that ramp there. He knows exactly where the Terran is, so there's not even a possible reason to go up there because he knows there's most likely going to be Marines waiting for him to go ahead and kill. Looks like, yeah, we do have that early expansion going out for both of them. Still pretty normal stuff, and the 3 barracks. There are 2 more barracks on the way for STX. Same thing for Whisper.
Yeah, and if you're a new viewer to the stream, this is actually, or, you know, and if you're new to StarCraft, this is actually a viable build versus Protoss players as well. I would just recommend getting a bunker in front if you're playing versus Protoss.
Oh yeah, and you need to make sure you have some SCV's hotkeys so you can pull them off the line to get repairs off when the attacks come.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, always a good idea. I come up with them every once in a while. It's just mostly I don't.
You want to know a really cool idea I came up with the other day, Sam?
And what is that?
I was noticing that you can block people from making gases if you have a probe right near the outside of where the gas would be built.
Oh yeah, you put it right in the corner.
Yeah, so I was thinking, you know those maps where they put both gases right next to each other? Like, look at the natural on this map.
Yep.
What if you were playing a PvP and you just took a probe and stuck it right in between the 2 gases and just like held it there? Maybe even put 2 probes. You could actually.
It doesn't work. It's actually it's just a very small location in which you can go to block that off. And from what I understand, I thought they had cleared that up, like that had gotten fixed in the whole thing.
So I guess there's no way to abuse that then, huh?
No, but I could be wrong though. It might not have been fixed, and then it's still a very viable thing there. That was all very useful tool to have when you're going up against those very annoying Zerg players who could continuously try to go ahead and block your or steal your gas. They could build it up, and as soon as they cancel, as long as you already had your worker there in the corner, you could just keep it on hold position. He would not be able to rebuild that the gas.
Yeah, I know. I remember. That was so annoying.
Oh, such an annoying thing there, and looks like we do have the combat shields now on the way for STX. Does not have the stim pack yet, while Whisper is going for that stim pack first, and the starport already on the way.
Yeah, it looks like STX is just going to be doing the exact same build as last time, and so is Whisper. But it looks like STX's upgrades for his Marines are just a little bit quicker than Whisper's.
Yeah, well, that's going to help him out a bit there. I mean, that +1 is really going to be key to any engagement here, but he's going to be going up against those stim-packed Marines with those medevacs supporting him.
Yeah, once again, it really come down to position. Last game we saw that Whisper was a much better macro Terran as he outproduced his Marines by, I don't know, about 30 Marines during the last engagement. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do again this game.
Yeah, it was amazing that he did it. I don't really know how he was able to afford it all. Especially he was up in upgrades. He was up in everything. It was just amazing stuff. It looks like he's going to start to push across the map right now. And that stim pack is going to be finishing up here within the next 20 seconds. Medevacs are also on the way. So he's going to hold around here on the tower before pushing forward.
Yeah, and SDX better get those Marines that he has in his main down by his natural. If he has to worry about Whisper's attack, which doesn't really look like he has to do. Actually, no, Whisper was just waiting for these 2 medevacs to come in, so now that they are arriving, it'll be interesting to see whether he tries to push the front, push the sides, do a little split prong attack. Time will tell the tale. Looks
like we are going to be seeing a medevac drop here in towards the main base of STX, but he's already got Marines there in position, so Whisper is going to have to go ahead and back out. And thanks to that SCV being in the main base right there, he did notice that there was no SCV or no Marines there to kill him, so he knew that they must have been somewhere else on the map. So it would just be an easier or better idea to go ahead and pull a couple Marines to the rear of your base to prevent drops going down.
Yeah, at this point it looks like Whisper really doesn't have much of an option to drop into STX's base, as STX has multiple turrets going around the outside of his base, and the proper location too. So.
Oh yeah, it's going to be key to block off a significant amount, especially if he comes up these middle areas there. He will be attacked by 2 of them, and it will kill anything in the air very quickly. There looks like we are going to be seeing this here, but Whisper going to be very careful. Will be pulling right back out if he does not want to risk it. And I like this though. I mean, forcing these missile turrets. I mean, that's 300. That's a lot of minerals tied up right into defense.
Yeah, it's true.
It's also getting into his head because it's kind of making him be very defensive in that whole aspect. And as a Terran player, you want to keep your opponent guessing what you're doing and scared to move out.
Yeah, it's really good to keep your opponent afraid. That way you can go ahead and get an earlier third. But at this point, STX is getting a third at the exact same time as Whisper.
I was about to say that. That's funny.
So much for that.
It looks like he's going to go ahead and try to take this middle tower there. He's got a pretty powerful Terran force right there. But picking out those medevacs pretty quickly, that was really nice. But looks like his own medevacs might be going down. Is he going to? Nope. Yep. They do both die.
I know, bummer. That was not a good engage for Whisper right there. And,
yeah, it's definitely even out between both of them. It's 450 to 450. 1 worker killed from Whisper, and still anybody's game right now. Just amazed at the timing from the third base.
Yeah, like I said, these guys pretty much have a very similar build order going on. The supply difference is only about 5 right now. I'd like to see SDX trying to do some drop play on Whisper, but as I say that, Whisper is putting up a couple missile turrets in his main, so he will have a little bit of defense against that. Yeah, I'm guessing that SDX will be happy just to take the center of the map right now, and it'd be funny if he pushed out and tried to take that gold.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like the fact that a GoSu STX just does not seem to like to push for those higher upgrades. He's still on 1-1, while +2/+2 is getting pretty close to finishing out there, at least on the weapons side. For the infantry, that's only about 60 seconds away from finishing off here, and we are looking at another big engagement. Most likely will be going down here pretty soon, going all the way around the tower though, so he might try to go ahead and pick off a third base.
Yeah, you know, if the enemy's just camped right there in the middle, why not go around him, right?
Yeah.
You need to engage when he has a superior position, and that's exactly what Whisper is doing. I wouldn't be surprised if he just goes right around and then tries to pick off these rocks, like you said, for that third base, Sam.
Yeah, and very amazingly, though, Whisper has not transferred anything over to this third base. In fact, he's just not even worried about it right now, has not been building from it either, and he's still in this game, though. I mean, GoSu STX has just had such a big economy for such a long time because he's had his third up and running for a lot longer because the fact that just nothing is transferred over for Whisper. But it looks like they both do. Yeah, big engagement there in the middle. Siege line was up, though, for STX, but he's really out of position to go ahead and defend against any drops here.
Yeah, Sam, as we can see, there's a whole lot of posturing going on. Whisper is sneaking like, okay, I'm going to attack your rocks. Oh, you're coming after me? All right, then I'll take the high ground position in the middle. Oh, what, you're going back toward the middle ground? I'll get the rocks again. And at this point, STX is actually just playing this defense perfectly. He's not letting Whisper get the upper hand. He's not really letting him go around. At this point, he's contained Whisper quite well. He is 10 ahead in supply, but like you said, Whisper is starting 3-3 on his Marines right now. STX with nada. That is going to matter huge coming up.
Absolutely. I mean, does he have the upgrades on the mech? He does not. He's got nothing. So it's just really weird that he's just choosing not to do this. And considering the fact that Whisper, I mean, he's been behind in the economy for a little while now, he still has pretty much the same amount of units that he's going to be going up against it. It's just amazing stuff there. Rear rocks have just been taken out there and might be able to get the stem up onto this orbital command. Oh, that's absolutely not going to be going anywhere.
Yeah, and it looks like there's a little bit of a base trade going right here. Very interesting choice by Whisperer here. He saw that STX's army was going toward his third, and he kind of just kept going. I thought he was just going to try to take the middle or something and split his units, but it looks like he just gave up his third and now chosen to go back and defend. Not the best choice by Whisperer. Oh,
no, yeah, he could definitely push his advantage here. Now, the problem here is that STX is on that high ground, so he's going to have that vision and that first attack guaranteed pretty much there. Looks like Whisperer is going to start to take the middle. That Marine is in position to go ahead and see it, of course, though. And it's still anybody's game. Third base also, again, on the way for Whisper. It's already about halfway done, but +3/+3, getting very close to finish. Big attack here in the middle, though. Losing so much right there. The +3 or the +2/+2 really being key during that. Those tanks doing very little damage to those Marines, and just going to be able to pick off all those medevacs too. Whisper definitely pushing ahead during that.
Yeah, although it still seems that STX is still ahead in supply, but I think a lot of that supply is queued up and getting built right now. STX did manage to reinforce. Whisper does have the center of the map. I think he should just probably keep his positional advantage and wait for reinforcements at this point.
Yeah, he's pretty much well secured here in the middle. I mean, that's 6 tanks. It's going to be very hard for these Marines to push up there, especially being so far behind in the upgrades. He's only working on the 2-2 right now, but he's got about 70 seconds to go for that. And the tank count is still pretty much even. It's actually ahead right there for Whisper by about 1. He's lacking in the Marine count, but I mean, it's upkeep. Upgrades are key.
Yeah, and what we can see right now is STX doing the same exact thing Whisper was earlier. Possibly going to be going around, but then Whisper heading out to cut him off. These guys are both like really vying for position right here. The sieges go down, the stims go up, and looks like these guys are going to be posturing. I don't know. Ooh, Whisper willing to trade the last of his Marines right there. Interesting. STS could almost drop some Marines right on top of those tanks. It looks like he was gonna get the vision, but more Marines come in for Whisper, and at this point these guys are kind of at a standoff.
I think you're like really behind me right now or something. We're at the gold location in the middle towards STX. Looks like those Marines are going to get pushed away, or the tanks are going to get pushed away. It's a big amount of Marines right there, and I'm going to kick off a couple of those free tanks. Some more streaming down right there, and it might be a little bit of last-ditch effort battle right now, but man, Whisper doing really good with it thanks to that 3-3 upgrade.
Yeah, but it looks like he got caught out of position right there, and STX has managed to take the middle. Whisper is down, and I wouldn't be surprised if he GG'd him.
I don't know. I mean, Whisper's still in it. I mean, absolutely still in it. It's not that far behind. Well, I guess it is. 50 is supplied behind, but that's about one battle. If he can catch STX out of position at any point in time, he can just destroy those tanks. And looks like GoSu STX is going to be heading up towards that third base location, and Whisper is going to know about it. So I don't know. This is going to be a last-ditch effort. If he can get them before they siege up, he can just eat everything up for dinner. But looks like no, that siege line really powerful right there, losing everything, and we see the GG.
Yeah, very nice job by STX.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Go! What's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping by again. This is going to be the third game here between LgN Whisper and GoSu STX, and I'm SamSc2 with my fellow caster.
Chewbacca.
Well, that was pretty interesting. I'm very kind of confused what happened right there. But hey, make sure you guys click that follow button if you like us, or you like me at least. And this is just going to be some crazy stuff there. Now, that last game was, wow, actually, wait, it's not going to be another TVT.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I'm looking and I'm seeing one of these players is Protoss, and I'm like, hey, looks like we got a random player.
When are you going to play one of these matches? I don't know. Alright, sorry, I'm just trying to... I'm reading the chat. You go ahead. You continue on.
When Sam's clan has a clan war, he'll be playing in one.
I don't have a clan, man.
I know, so not anytime soon, folks.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, getting back into all seriousness, if you're just joining us, it is a clan war between LgN and its GoSu. Currently the score is tied 1-1, and it is an ace match between STX and Whisper, and the first 2 games Whisper played Terran. He won the first one, lost the second one, and has switched to Protoss for the third game. Very interesting indeed. I really like this. It's always fun when you see players switch races. I only know of one player that I've seen switch races in an actual high-level tournament-type league, and that is a player named Kalin from the EU server. He also plays both Protoss and Terran.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, make sure you guys don't troll the stream at all. I do have moderators here, and they will mute you or ban you, depending upon what it is that you're doing. Don't troll. We're trying to make sure everybody has a great time tonight, especially watching these amazing games and these great players helping or allowing me here. I like it. I like it a lot. We did also do those live games earlier, and these were all played at the exact same time. So the rest of these games are all going to be off of replays, but hopefully you all stick around still and tell your friends about this. And most likely we'll be seeing a very normal metagame build from both of these. GoSu STX really does favor walling out the front of his base.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he does the exact same build as he did versus when Whisper went Terran. Like I said, the 1 Rax Expand is a very viable build order versus both Terran and Protoss. As we've been seeing that just, you know, players are getting greedier and greedier these days. A lot of people are just trying to settle into the macro game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it just seems that they don't get as aggressive, I should say. I mean, they're more defensive, less just craziness coming out of them. I mean, I couldn't tell you when the last time I saw crazy like cheese from a pro player.
You know, it happens, but usually only when playing against Idra.
And we all love to bug him. Looks like we do have that command center going down there for GoSu STX right now. No gas for him, so he is just going to try to go ahead and get as many units up as possible. Looks like we're going to be possibly seeing a Nexus going down here for Whisper pretty soon. He is banking up quite a bit. Cornaboo's going down on the Cybernetics core, though. That is researching that warp gate technology.
Yeah, and GoSu STX having a good scout, seeing everything going on right now, and he sees that the Stalker's up, so it'll be interesting to see if he just continues to try to crank out Marines. Most people throw their bunker down right around the time that Stalker shows up, because we know how good those Stalkers are at endlessly kiting Marines, but it doesn't look like STX is going to be doing that right away. At this point, he's just throwing down a couple more racks, adding his gases, and there we go. There's that bunker.
Yes, it does have that the double gasser in the main base. That is going to be mostly for that early factory, and then getting out those starports, or that starport to get out the double medevac production, so he can just easily, freely stem up his Marines when he gets a tech lab, of course. And the Protoss is going to be following up with that robotics facility and a third, or actually second get. You know, it is third one. Where's the? I'm just crazy right now. Yeah, it's behind there. Second and third. Nexus will be finishing up here pretty soon here, but GoSu STX's secondary base is starting to get pretty saturated. We'll also have the double mule drops.
Yeah, double mule drops. Gotta make sure you defend against those.
Oh, they're very deadly, very deadly. Well, I mean, they're great for your economy. I mean, he can just do so much with it. I mean, it really helps out a lot. And it also has that tech lab down. And one of the barracks going to be starting up that stim pack research right now. But we have the War Prism coming out here for Whisper. This is going to be some fun stuff to watch.
Yeah, War Prisms are always good to keep Terran on their feet, but as this Terran is much on his toes, he has a SCV in the base at the 6-minute and 40-second mark of Whisper, and he totally saw that robotics facility is making something. If you zoom in on it, nope, you can't really see what it is.
No, he cannot. Well, he could kind of catch it, because the fact that it was being built up, and it kind of gives a little bit of a show of what it is, possible. You know what I mean? Like it's building
Not
up
like
or whatever.
a Stargate.
Yeah.
Stargates show like the Void Ray. This one, it's just like a little animation.
A blob of some type.
Yeah.
But we do have that War Prism pushing out. Does have 2 Zealots, and it's going straight for that main base. And the majority of his Marines are pretty far away. Stimpack will be finishing up here within the next 60 seconds, or I'm sorry, 110 or 80 seconds. Jeez, my math is bad. Also starting that +1 attack, and I'm going to go ahead and do another double warp in here on the bottom, lift that up right into the War Prism, and this can do some serious damage.
Yeah, it looks like Whisper is just going to warp in a couple more Zealots, and then just going to do the old flyby Zealot crop dusting, where you just, just fly right over the minerals and just drop Zealots right on top of those SCVs, and it's going to work out perfectly, as those units couldn't be farther away for SDX. They're still just killing some rocks right now.
Yeah, they're doing that. Is pretty good. Looks like he does get away with all of them also. And really, I mean, those 4 Zealots, if you warp in a couple more while you're waiting for everything to go ahead and do, I mean, those Zealots can easily eat these couple Marines. There's only 8 Marines versus 4 Zealots. I mean, just depending upon how STX is able to micro his Marines, of course, though.
Yeah, and if you look at Whisperer's home base, he probably would have totally done that, but he's going for a 2-gate quick Colossus play. This is interesting. You don't usually see people do Warp Prism play off of a 2-gate quick Colossus play, so he may be doing a little bit of mind games with STX right here now. STX probably thinks that he's going for some like Dark Templar play, or maybe some heavy Warp Gate play, but at this point, it looks like he's going to be stimming these Marines, trying to catch this Warp Prism off guard, but unable to.
Ooh, he might get the kill right there. Yes, he does. That means these Zealots are not going to be able to get out of harm's... Well, there is no harm's way. Never mind. Going to try to chase down this one Marine, who is a boss right now. But nope, gets stabbed to death by those special stupid psionic claws right there. LgN Whisper's really ahead right now in the whole unit count. Or I should say worker count. It is 53. Well, never mind. He shot back up. It's 45 and 2 mules, so that's about 6+. So he's about ahead by 2 right now. Also working on
Yeah.
that +1/+1 and that extended thermal lance, so his ground arm's going to do pretty good damage. Looks like those zealots will be killed off here thanks to the stim and those medevacs in the air. I really love the micro there.
Yeah, very good shoot and scoot micro by STX, but at this point, if you look at his unit composition, I mean, if Whisper just warps in some warp gate units right now, and he's got like 2 or 3 Colossus, he could just A-move STX, but the Vikings are on their way, so...
Yeah, it looks like he's going to try to get up on top of that Colossi, but not going to be able to out-damage it, and the rest of his Marines basically get killed off. He was able to save about 4 of them, and but it's going to lose... man, he's going to lose that... medevac also. Looks like he's going to also try to get his third base behind all of that aggression, and that's going to help him out that much more. He does not have a macro command center in his main base or orbital command, so he's not going to try to take his own third anytime soon.
Yeah, and Mr. Grandmaster Random here is pretty much staying around his base. It makes me wonder if he's planning on doing a push into Ghost SDX at all or not. It looks like he's moving forward with some units right now. The key is to look for the probe. Is a probe being sent out to make a proxy pylon? You know?
Yeah, it looks like he's going to drop into the main base here, but with these stalkers already in position, he can start to really damage it down there, and he most likely is just going to back out and drop it down his Marines. Okay, I guess he was worried about some possible blinking forward or something coming from behind, but he's just going to back up out and head back home. Check out the units lost have. It is 1650 to 600 right now, so STX is in a little bit of trouble, especially with that third base up and running right now from Whisper.
Yeah, and you can see that Whisper is starting to transition into the, you know, he's made his 3 or 4 Colossus, he's done, and now he's going to start throwing down a bunch of warp gates, getting the Templar archives going, and he's hopefully going to keep chrono boosting those upgrades on his forges. Looking pretty standard for a Protoss player. I like his play so far.
Yeah, he's going to be ahead in the upgrades for a little bit there, especially with that chrono boost on it. But it looks like we have the +2 infantry weapons on the way for the Terran, and just trying to be pesky with those drops, but just not really able to do much with it, and able to clean up the Protoss' drop itself. They're checking out the worker kills tab. It is about 5 workers killed right now for LgN Whisper, but he's definitely ahead right now. It's 127. His Colossi count is about to be up to, what is it? Oh no, he's only at 2 right now, no more on the way. So, ooh, that's actually really good there for STX. He's going to continue on making those Vikings. He's about to have 8 here. He's got 6 here in the main army, and that means he might start to go ahead and really overproduce on it. Looks like Whisper is converting over towards a High Templar Psionic Storm army with that Zealot charge, and that's going to be so good, especially with those sentries and the force fields blocking in a lot of it, and just going to be amazing battles we're going to be coming up for soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't see STX making any Ghost or Ghost Academy, so he could be in trouble if he attacks right around the time that Whisper gets up all of his Templar tech. His Storm is about 75% of the way complete.
Yeah, it's only about 10 more seconds or so on there, and he's so powerful. I mean, this is a really good army. I mean, the 2-2 just finished up there. Terran really overproducing on those Vikings, trying to go ahead and take out those Colossi, but getting focused down pretty quickly. And it looks like he actually wasted a charge a bit. They're pulled back, but his second one does go off right up on top of it. His was down to about 1 Colossi, but nice Storm actually kind of hurting himself a bit.
Yeah, I mean, the Storm did land in the good place, but, you know, usually you want to shoot in the direction that he's running ahead and not behind. At this point, it was just a little posturing. Neither one of these guys content to fully move out and attack. It looks like Whisperer just needed a few more charge lots, a few more Archons, and now he's ready to move out across the map.
Yeah, he's also going to be following up with Blink for his Stalkers in that +3/+3, already about 50 seconds finished up there. It looks like the +2 weapon is going to be finishing up for the Terran infantry, and he's now starting to get out his Ghosts. And he's going to be putting up a couple more barracks just to go ahead and help it with the production. Both of them do have not a crazy bank, but STX does have about 8. Well, he had about 800 saved up there for a second. Just spent it on a bunch of other stuff, I guess. Another robotics facility going down. That is somewhere on the map. That is actually in the main base right there, and still looking good. Possible drop heading in towards his base, and ooh, but the High Templars are already in position.
Yeah, and you know how bad feedback can go. I mean, it really depends on the energy level of the medevacs. You can see that some of these medevacs aren't completely fully charged. If their energy is lower than their health, then they'll stay alive, and the Templars will be able to or the units will come out, but as you can see, it looks like STX was not comfortable with trying to go ahead on that drop, because he does have an observer.
Yeah, I think he knows about the observer following it, and he's actually, he picked it off right there, but he's going to lose this army. Slightly out of position. No, he will pull all the way out of there. I guess another observer right over top of this. That's pretty funny. And I don't know, GoSu STX's army not looking too good. Looks like he's going to try to get down nice EMPs onto those High Templars, but one of them does still have some nice storm energy, and those charge outs just getting right on top of everything. Taking out almost everything very quickly. Still has that one Colossi, really helping out a whole lot there. +3/+3 about to kick in too, and looks like STX is just starting to melt away there, and we see the GG.
Yep, he was just way far behind in supply.
It's gonna be third round here. Hold on, come on, stupid button. Press the button. I don't understand. Sometimes Twitch kind of acts up, and I'm not able to do the things I want to. But hey, it's okay. I don't need my push to talk button anymore. But hey, what's up, guys? It's me, SamSc2. You are watching my stream right now.
Already.
You what?
You are missing Bazooka already.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Well, it's gonna be harder, more rougher to talk about stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, his first rule of casting mistakes are okay. Yeah, I'm hoping so. See, the key thing about casting is to not sound stupid. And, I need more caffeine in me. And, I don't have enough. I want some chicken wings, that's what I need. I need more caffeine, I do.
No, I do.
Yes, you do. What is it, like 4 o'clock in the morning right now?
Yeah, 4:30 over here.
Awesome, so kind of early for you, huh?
Yeah, early, late, whatever you want to call it.
Alright, guys, we're going to be in this next game. It's going to be GoSu DDE versus Gix. Hopefully I didn't mess that name up. It is only 3 letters, kind of hard to do, but hey, I can do it. It's going to be really cool stuff. There it is, GoSu versus LgN. LgN is on a roll right now. It is 2-0 in favor of LgN right now, so just going to be some fun stuff to watch it. I can be stupid as long as you're entertaining. I don't know. I don't know if I am entertaining at all. I'm trying to do whatever I can, though. Just need lots and lots and lots of games. And, yeah, we're just going to see what happens here. This is actually my favorite matchup. It's going to be Zerg versus Terran. And I love it so much. Stuff can go on with the ZVT. Whole lot of really interesting builds you can see. And it's just friendly and fun to watch. And, well, gonna be normal stuff right now from the Terran. No attempted proxying going down at all. Overlords are already good pushing across the map. We'll be getting right up in towards the main of his base there. I'm gonna scout out and see it quite a bit. No gas has gone down yet. Gonna see the timing of that orbital command. Nothing crazy yet, but is now walled in with that Marine on the way. His days are numbered there. While the Zerg is going to be getting a spawning pool in the main base, of course. He's got a little bit to go there. That second base will be kicking in here within the next 40 seconds or so. And just scouting out. He actually steals the 1 gas, so trying to go ahead and stick around as long as he can to try to scout out at a later time. And this is going to be always a fun thing to do as a Zerg player. But as a Terran, I hate it when that happens. But he's not going to care about it at all, since he did just put down his command center at that second base location. And just going to be very pesky with this, though. Second Marine has now come to go ahead and help out his brother. Second barracks goes down, so with that third Marine, he will start to be able to kill it off before it can build up. And actually kind of matching the whole repair or building up with the attack. Second base has finished off. We do have the double queen on the way for the Zerg. No gas been started up yet, since he has just finally taken that first gas. SCV will scout out the main base and see what he can. And yep, looks like that cancel gets killed, and the drone dies there. Looking like we're going to be seeing just that first gas from DDE and working on the 3 barracks. So pretty surprising. A lot of Terrans like to go for that double Hellion build with the expand behind it, and using those Hellions to just try to pressure the Zerg as much as possible. But he does not do it. He's going to go more of that Protoss versus Terran build that we've been seeing pretty much all night long, with just getting a significant amount of Marines out there and just pressuring up. So that must mean he's got some incredible micro, and even is going to save that 1 SCV. That's going to be nice right there. I like it. I like it a lot. Looks like he's getting some nice timing on those injects too. Not a lot of excess energy at all. Metabolic boost also on the way. Orbital command going to be building up there. Overlord is going to be sending in towards that main base now. Yawning your face off? That makes me sad. I'm not trying to be boring, guy. Apologize, but hey, my Twitter account is SamSc2. I'm kind of tired too. So, yeah, but hey, we're still in for some just crazy matches tonight. I mean, this has just been so much fun. GoSu versus LgN, two of some crazy good pro, semi-pro clans that I've ever seen, and just a lot of fun to see. Hey, no problem, Buttery Greg. And thanks for setting this up for me. This has been a lot of fun. Looks like that hatchery on the way in the main base right there. Tech Lab has just finished up there for that barracks, and we'll start to go ahead and get those upgrades as soon as he clicks that button and has the gas for it, of course. And just doing some normal stuff. Does have that frontal bunker at the front, of course, and also that supply depot next to it. Just going to be trying to push around that wall a bit there. Quite a lot of lings out on the way right now for Gix. Going to get a nice round on a couple of those Marines. Going to get some nice free kills. None of those lings get killed off there, so he's going to be in a little bit of trouble right now. They will be able to get right up in there. SCV's pulled off to try to repair the bunker, but there's a full wall on it, and he's just having a hard time getting up into it. Looks like he will get the nice repair, so he should be doing okay, but looks like he's going to go right for those mules. Going to be killing them off, and that's going to be a really nice pickup there for Gix. Looks like he's able to kill off, well, actually, wasn't able to kill off any of those workers, only getting those mules, but still, that's what you want to go for anyways. Those mules do a lot of economy for the Terran player. I like the SCV placement there from DDE, able to check when that third base goes down, and still definitely in for some crazy stuff right now. Hatchery, macro hatch has gone down by that second base location, and checking out the drone count, it is 47 to 36, so doing some pretty nice droning behind that attack. Looks like we have that starport on the way here in the main, but that factory has that reactor onto it, so we will be switching that off to go ahead and take it to start to double build those medevacs as soon as possible. Looks like that combat shield's now on the way for DDE. DDE, yeah, okay, I said it right. And checking out for another possible third base, since, I'm sorry, that fourth base location. I'm just getting so thirsty right now. SCV still going to go ahead and just use to scout out as much as he can there, and we'll see quite a bit. Looks like the towers have been taken by these links, so he's got some really nice map awareness right now, especially with these Overlord placements. Pretty good stuff there. Looks like that Marine trying to go ahead and catch any other Overlord transfers or anything he can, really, or at least a block off onto this third base that he most likely will try to go ahead and take here within the next couple minutes. +1 weapons, infantry on the way, or infantry weapons on the way. Baneling Nest for Gix, and also getting that layer tech and an evolutionary chamber will be finishing up here. That Overlord will be scouting out here pretty soon. Does not see that second gas on that second base location, so he's going to know the tech is not going to be too crazy yet. And Gix doing some, again, just picking up a couple more free kills right there. Checking out that unit's loss type. It is a 793 to 700. Going right up into that mineral line to go ahead and try to save that Marine a bit, but it does get picked off right there too. And back to that production tab. Looks like we have the armory on the way and the siege tech now being started up. Those tanks are now on the way too, and stim pack being researched. Looks like he's going to be setting up to do a possible drop, but I guess he decided against it. Wants to go ahead and kill up that Ling and then push in Gix. I don't know. He's doing really good with that whole map awareness. I really like it from him. And that stim pack will be finishing up here pretty soon. It will be most likely attacking as soon as that finishes up. But the Banelings are out in mass right now for Gix. 11 on the way. Centrifugal hooks on the way too. So it's going to be all about who can get the kills first. And be going right there. Big attack. Going to be focused down a couple of those Banelings. Nice control. Lifts right up into those medevacs and gets away with only about one Marine being killed. Whew. What's going on, Hastunet? How you doing tonight, man? Looks like the armory is now on the way. I mean, the armor is on the way. Man, I'm just getting tired and lightheaded thanks to all the stupid talking there. And we have the Spire Tech will be finishing up here for the Zerg player. Ground Carp is also getting close to finishing up. Centrifugal hooks will be key to any of these battles here. Going to get a nice round there with those Lings, but most likely will lift right up into those medevacs as we see right there, and he will just go ahead and head back out. Those Banelings not being too useful yet since they are so slow off creep right now. The Overseer does get a nice scout out in the main, sees that that armory is down and that those upgrades are most likely going to be kicking into high gear. Looks like GoSu DDE is going to be heading right for the main, but those Lings are going to be sounding almost instantaneously, picking up a couple Marine kills right there. One more goes down. Might try to go ahead and work on some of these Overlords. That would be nice. And yes, he is going to try to go ahead and get this Overlord right here. Will he get it? Yes, he does. And then also supply box gigs for a bit. Looks like he has 6 Overlords on the way. Another evolutionary chamber going down that will allow him to get those upgrades pretty quickly. And the Mutalisks are now out on the field, so they will be used to go ahead and try to prevent these drops from going down. Second drop heading up towards here, stemming up towards that third base location, and still being very pesky. Those Mutas not really able to engage against a large double Marine drop there. And Ling's going to be getting surrounded again on these Marines, and ooh, oh, he's going to get the... no, he's actually not going to be getting up into those medevacs since those Mutalisks are out on the field. He's got about 10 right there. Will be able to pick off pretty much this entire army, but he is going to be dropping again into the main base, getting some nice worker kill. Actually, no, he's not. Trying to go for those queens, but incredible transfusions going down on it, but he does get them killed right there, trying to dance around those banelings as best as he can there, but will get up out of there with about 7 Marines still alive. Taking his third base, though, and that's going to help him out a lot. Third base been up and running for the Zerg player for quite a while. 76 to 52 right now. Zerg flyer attacks will be finishing up here pretty soon. The level 2 infantry weapons on the way also for the Terran. Bunch of missile turrets have been going down because he's very worried about those very pesky Mutalisks. It's going pretty good for me, man. Definitely going pretty good for me. It looks like we have a nice little tank line here in the middle base here for DDE. Still looking okay, but he's really starting to fall behind. 152 to 99. That is something you do not want to see. Gix just showing how good of a Zerg player he is. Going to be attacking towards this command center right now. Going to be able to possibly pick off a little bit, but no, those Marines are able to push it away. Ling's going to be getting up in front, though, going for that other base location, but there's nothing there right now. So he's going to try to go ahead and flank around these tanks and try to do some damage. Let's see what Gix can do here. He's got a really nice Mutalisk command right now. Those Mutas are able to really do some serious damage. Going to be getting up in here, though. Those Banelings going to start to go ahead and splash down, but really nice spread there from DDE, preventing a whole lot of the damage. And but still, the Mutas are in the air, really doing a lot of damage to those ground armies. And 99 to 123, though. Looking at the units, it is 78 to 56. His army is still, it's okay. It's 2 Zerglings and 13 Mutas going up against 24 Marines and 3 siege tanks, 2 medevacs. Looks like he's also establishing his 4th and 5th base here. That is at the bottom right and the middle location. So he's really starting to push ahead. He's got a significant amount of drones, and he most likely will be trying to tech up as much as possible. He doesn't have the infestation pit down yet. That's actually really surprising. This far in the game, you generally would see that happen. And especially seeing it's mostly Marines that he's going up against. But trying to get a nice little area to attack in towards that main base, but just not able to do it. Whew, my back is starting to kill me. And if you are now here or new to the stream, make sure you click that follow button. If you want to go ahead and co-cast with me anytime you want, go ahead and give your information to Jack there, or hit up my channel. That is at SamSc2 in StarCraft 2. Whew, I am getting tired all of a sudden there. I just need to slow down on the talking, I guess. Maybe a bit of, I don't know. Looks like we have the +2/+2 on the way for the Zerg. Still trying to vie for position with these Mutalisks. Still looking pretty good, though. 187 to 150, so he is starting to come back. And just sticking with that Master Marine build there. But that +3 infantry weapon's really going to help out there. Does get a nice little stem up underneath those Mutas, but not able to kill off any of them. And needs to be very careful about clumping up as much as he's doing, because the Thors are now starting to come out here for DDE. And just one volley off on these Mutas when they're clumped up can just do so much damage. It is incredible. And it looks like he's got a significant, man, there's so many Banelings in the middle. That's 29 Banelings, 69 Zerglings, 15 Mutas, and starting to split in a couple of those Roaches to absorb some of the damage there, while he is going up against 69 Marines, 7 tanks, 6 medevacs, and looking like about 1 Thor here, but that +3/+3 going to help out a significant amount there. Only on a 1-1 right now, although that Carapace will be finishing up here pretty soon. The melee attacks are pretty far behind. Looks like he is trying to go ahead and pick off a bit more of that little pack of Marines, getting about one of those creep tumors, putting down that scan so he knows the amount of units he's going to be going up against. Looks like a couple of those Marines do get picked off there, but really nice control right there from Gix to trying to not fly too far over those Marines. These Thor are still pretty scary with that +1 upgrade on the attack. And but Gix definitely in the lead right now. He's on 5 bases, but has not really saturated the other 2. The one in the middle is kind of low on the whole worker there. It needs to go ahead and transfer these idle drones too. That'll help him out a whole lot. And second base is getting kind of low. Still okay, though, in the 800s on some and 200s on the others, and should probably go ahead and spread out as much as he can there. But he's very careful about not doing that too much, because it is very easy for the drops to go ahead and go down there from the Terran player and just start to snipe off those hatcheries very quickly. And looks like Gix is trying to find the best positioning to attack in, but that this being an orbital command here in the middle means that it's much harder for DDE to defend. If that was a planetary fortress, that would give him another avenue for him to go ahead and fall back to and live, of course. Looks like Gix is putting out a significant amount of those creep tumors, and he's just going to creep right towards the third base here. Actually, was creeping a bit there thanks to that hatchery try to get up there. Looks like the Queens are starting to fall, though. Wants to make sure he is able to keep them Marines being pushed up forward, and will start to go ahead and get picked out there, but the tank line is up and running there for DDE. Still has a pretty good Marine count, about 11 in the air right now. Finally, Hive on the way, and that will finish up there within the next 3 seconds. Infestors, 13 Infestors at a time. That is crazy. Gix is totally maxed out right now. Well, I guess it's not. He's losing some more here, attacking this third base location, doing some pretty good damage. Might be able to get the snipe off on here, but looks like this middle base is doing a little bit of damage to himself there. Those tanks have such good range. They're able to do a lot of damage to his spine crawlers. The Marines are stemming out there, but he did lose the orbital command here at that third base, and he is mined out of the main, which means he's just going to be falling out of the economy here very soon. But looking at that, man, a lot of bank for both of these players. 3,000 and about 2,000 for the Terran player, but nice fungal growth going down on a lot of those Marines. Banley's getting right up inside of it. Tank's getting damaged pretty badly too, but looks like DDE might be able to hold this. I'm not sure. Trying to go after those Marines, but not able to really connect. More reinforcements coming down. 21 roaches going to be popping out here very soon. Still has this hatchery, though. That's pretty amazing. And a lot of infestors, too. That is amazing. 15 infestors. Still nice fungal growth right there, negating them from getting out, being able to move. Chain fungal and going down, but it looks like he's getting caught a bit there. Roaches are trying to stream in there. This hatchery is still there, though, but it gets killed out right there, and going to be pushing right forward. I don't know if Gix is, well, it looks like Gix is going to be able to rout this Terran army, and the damage has really been done there since he lost that third base. Gix is just having a commanding lead right now, 147 to 123, but he's going to be able to macro up a significantly large army very quickly, considering the fact that he does have that fourth base up and running. More reinforcements trying to come down here for DDE. Those Marines are getting eaten alive, though. Those roaches very, very powerful right now. Whew, I can't talk. I don't know why. Guess I just need to sleep a bit more. DDE looking very powerful still, though. Is going to be getting that third base up and running again, though. But I don't like the fact that it is an orbital command. I think it would just be so much of a better idea if that was a planetary fortress. That will negate a lot of the counterattacks that the Zerg is well known for, and not really trying to drop at all. And he's very worried about those mutas that were in the air. I don't think he has any more. No, he does not. And does have the infestation pet down, and that High Tech has finished up quite a while ago. Not sure if he's going to be trying to go for the Greater Spire or try to get those Ultras in the mix. Either way, it will be good because these clumped up Marines do have the 3-3, but the tank line is not that good right now for DDE, and it looking like he is going to be out of position again. This command center most likely will not be able to survive. And oh, beautiful fungal growth going down right there. And Terran's so far out of position, we'll be losing this orbital command pretty soon here. I guess he's just trying to go ahead and do what he can, trying to do what he can. And looking like that fourth base is starting to get damaged down there by these Marines, which are so good with that 3-3 upgrade. But he is going to try to go ahead and head down to defend it. This orbital command has lifted off. I'm really surprised that had happened. I thought he was going to go for the kill totally. But looks like DDE is going to know about this attack heading his way there. Big amount of banelings, though. And these Marines are in kind of a small spot there. But nice control right there with those Marines picking up all those banelings. That means these roaches are going to have a little bit of trouble, though, coming up from the rear of this attack to go ahead and allow for his units to get reinforced as quick as possible. But it looks like those Marines able to rout that roach force, but still definitely behind 73 to 135, just not able to mine that well off of this base here in the middle. And he has killed off 43 workers. Wow, those infestors just so good, absolutely so good. Looks like Gix is going to go ahead and try to reestablish this middle base. He is only mining off of about one base right now, really. Oh, highly oversaturated too. And that's going to be kind of good there for the Terran, but he's still looking at the economy. It is definitely favoring the Zerg by a whole lot. He's got about one mining base left and trying to establish a fourth there, but that orbital command has lifted off. This one is going to get damaged down to about 855. This bunker in a really good spot there, but those SCVs are taking a significant amount of damage. And, man, these Marines so good when he controls them properly. Those investors trying to get up in line, but the tanks, or actually, no, I guess that wasn't tanks. It was just something else exploding there. Going to be going right for that bunker again, doing some good damage. And this Zergling preventing that orbital command from being able to land down where he wanted to for that long. And that 4th base will be going up here pretty soon here for Gix. He's definitely in just such a big lead, 148 to 42. Income is basically gone right now from the Terran. He's at about 380 since he has finally started to remine here at that 2nd base location. But I just don't think he's going to be able to do anything. This is just crazy. I love the unit control from Gix, able to drop down his Zerglings in a whole bunch of different areas. They are burrowed down and just so very powerful right now. Shows how very powerful these roaches can be, and still having such a beautiful army. It's 14 investors against just 26 Marines. I mean, that's it for his army. 20 Marines now, since he's losing a little bit more, and only 8 workers, so he's just lost so much. Man, that is amazing. Also getting another fungal growth on one of those medevacs that were moving around across the field a bit. They're trying to reestablish this, but again, that very aggravatingly burrowed Zergling preventing it happening, and we see the GG. So Gix, it's Gix, right? It's probably Gix. It could be Jix. I think I should have probably eaten dinner. What do you think? Would that have been a good idea?
Didn't you had dinner yet?
No, I generally, it's weird. I've been having such a bad schedule with the whole eating part thing. And I eat like once a day because I wake up. This is how my days go. Okay, I wake up. I set up for whatever I can. I talk to some people about future scheduling. I send out a bunch of emails. We talk for a bit, setting up what we want to go ahead and do, and then I generally maybe eat lunch or something, and then I start streaming, and then I forget to eat for like 8 hours, and then it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. And, yeah, then I go to sleep.
I think you just need to eat something.
That might be a pretty good idea, but hey guys, we are back again. This is me, SamSc2. This is going to be Gix taking on GoSu DDE for the GoSu versus LgN clan war tonight, and this is just some crazy fun stuff so far. Now, this was all done for the ESEA, and if you were here earlier, we did a lot of the games live, and these are all they were all played at the exact same time. That is, just go ahead and help out a lot of the players be able to do other things in their life too. So it doesn't take 4 or something hours, depending upon how they all play.
Except for you.
Wait, don't get dinner and you're a chef? Yeah, I'm busy. You know how it is. I'm just busy. I just have so much stuff. It looks like GoSu DDE is setting up to go ahead and do a double proxy racks here on the low ground here, and Gix is going to be possibly scattering out here pretty soon. He is heading that way, and he is going to see this, so this is going to be really nice there. Already has that spawning pool down and running, and we're going to see just a full all-in attack right now. This is incredible here. Wow.
All those
what is
blows.
this is I don't know how well this is going to do, but it looks like it might do really well, considering the fact that those barracks are, well, actually looks like the one is going to finish up there. There's no full wall off here from him, so he's going to get a nice full surround here on those barracks if he does go choose to do that, and he's going to pull those Zerglings right out to try to start to attack that one SCV that is right there. And this is just a all-in right now from Gix. I don't know how well this is going to do, though. Looks like there was an attempted bunker being put down there from GoSu DDE, but those Lings doing pretty good. But SCVs have been pulled off the line to go ahead and try to repair or defend a little bit there, but he's down to very small amounts right now. And in fact, check out that news tab. There's only 4 SCVs and 7 drones right now from DDE. Wow. I don't know. Looks like Gix is going to go ahead and pull back. Somehow he found out about that. That is incredible. Gix doing really good right now.
Well, he knows about the proxy, and he knows he has done a lot of economical damage, so he just goes back with the drones and keep harassing with the Zerglings. If he can finish it there with the Zerglings, it's good, but if he can't, he knows he's in a lead a big way.
Yeah, he's just so, he's in such great shape. I mean, he pulled back all of his drones to start just constantly mining there, and DDE basically lost everything. Going to go ahead and lift off his orbital command. Thank God it is an orbital command, of course, because he can easily start to drop down those mules and get that energy up. He's going to go ahead and try to take the second base location and wall it off to prevent those links from getting up in there, and they most likely will not be able to get the kill up on this supply depot because those Marines are so good right now. Actually, no, he's got a couple SCVs still, about 3 SCVs, but yeah, he is going to take that third. I thought that was just really weird for a second. Pulling up that second barracks to go ahead and wall off the high ground there. But, oh man, looks like DDE still in it, though, amazingly. It's going to go ahead and help him out a whole lot having that extra energy there for that mule, and is also going to be scouting out here in the main, sees exactly what Giggs is doing, and that is basically just mining up and putting out links toward his base here, and this is just going to be really tough for DDD to hold. Basically, he's only got about 3 Marines. He's got nothing else really. He's got 1 Marine in production, but this is a pretty big amount of Lings right now. 6 Lings, 3 in the main just got killed off, so he's still got about 6. He's going to go right for the mineral. Most likely, that means Giggs is going to have to pull or cancel one of those Marines to get those Marines out in position. He's going to go ahead and reposition his orbital command towards the high ground again, or at least that main base location. So this is a crazy game right now.
Yes, indeed. He's losing so much mining time at the moment.
Yeah, this is interesting, if I've ever seen interesting before here. And DDE, surprisingly, is still going to be in this game, considering the fact that he's going to have that mules. Those mules are absolutely key to this. It helps out the Terran just leaps and bounds, but he's definitely behind. I mean, it's 18 to 12 right now, and check out the units tab. It is 5 to 10 right now, so it's actually going down by about 2 SCVs or so, and Zerg is just continuing on to try to go ahead and be as aggressive as possible, but these Marines are in a really good positioning to go ahead and defend a lot, and by not picking off the supply depot is just definitely key. Just, man, I don't know, this is just going to be so back and forth. What?
The supply depots and the mule, because if Tem now wins, is still going to win. It's because of the supply depot that hasn't been killed off, and the mules that the Terran has as an option.
Yeah, it's amazing how good those mules are for the Terran player. I mean, that allows you to get basically just a free worker pretty much all the time. Going to be dropping down a second one here pretty much instantaneously there. And, oh wait, nope, never mind. Still there, just banking up that energy a bit more. And Zergling's still going to have full map control, wants to pick off whatever he can there. But I love the position with these Marines here behind the barracks that prevents them prevents these barracks from getting surrounded fully, or these Marines from getting killed off. And amazingly, DDE is definitely in this game. It's still either of these players right now. I really thought Gix was going to be just shooting ahead there. I guess this is a lot of wasted Lings. I mean, these could have been drones, which would have put him ahead by 8 or so. I guess it would have been about 6 or 7. We'll get that 1 Marine kill, but that's not going to be the biggest win from him. Check out the units lost tab. It is 775 to 287, so losing a lot there. Looks like he's going to go just pull off everything, and this is going to be another all-in attempt here. And amazing. Still having building up here for DDE, thanks to the Mule and the SRVs being constantly built there. He can really supply a whole lot. More Marines on the way there, but we have Metabolic Boost going to be finishing up here within the next, I'd have to say, 70 seconds or so. This is just a crazy game right now for both of these players. It's still either of these players' game. It's really hard to tell who's going to be able to win this. Looks like we had the bunker going down here at that ramp location and the high ground too. So, oh man, this is just going to be so good right now. He's got a big amount of Marines, and those SCVs can easily start to absorb a lot of the damage there. And this is looking like another big all-in attempt here. And the longer Gix allows this to go on there, the more those Marines are going to be able to do damage to his Lings as well, anytime he wants to. SCV getting killed off right there. Another bunker going to be going down here, but the one on the low ground is going to be finishing up here. DDE is, wow, this is incredible stuff right now. Looking like he wants to go ahead and try to pick off this queen. If you get the queen, though, that is going to be huge. But it looks like he's not going to be able to get it. Having to go ahead and pull it all the way back. But we have those banelings now on the way for Gix. This is going to be amazing if he's able to get those hits off there. But those Marines are going to be so pesky here for such a long time. But it looks like he does get a full surround on a bunch of those. But actually, oh my gosh, did you see what he just did right there? He, wow, that was so good. But it looks like DDE is going to lose pretty much all of his Marines. Those barracks, those banelings going to do some serious damage whenever he is able to hit it. Yes, he does right there. And looks like all the Marines are going to get killed off here. And that means DDE is, again, behind 17 to 27. And still a pretty big army for Gix. He's got about 14 Lings right now, too, just the 4 Marines of DDE, and 10 to 19, so he's behind by about 10 SCVs right now, and, well, I guess it's about 5 or so thanks to those mules, but just showing you how powerful those mules are.
It's like 300 minerals each time a mule gets down.
Yes, so much money there for that. Looks like another queen on the way. He was actually able to kill off that one there in the main, so that's going to help him out a bit more. Looks like Gix most likely will try to go ahead and take that second hatchery here very shortly. Looks like the drone is going to be heading down that location right now. Yes, it is. Can he take this game? I don't know, though. I mean, DDE just showing how incredibly good a player he is, but it's definitely an uphill battle for him. I mean, another SCV will be getting killed off here very shortly. It's down to about 15 health, and with that speed upgrade, that Ling is going to be able to run it down very quickly, getting killed off. And Terran just kind of turtling in as much as he can. Does have 2 bunkers up already here by the mineral line, and going to be throwing down a factory right now. But he's just really starving for that income because he's just does not have many workers at all. He's only about 13 right now. 25 for Gix, and with that queen finishing up here, he's going to be able to get a lot of those injects, and that second base already about halfway done. I don't know what DDE can do. I mean, he's just so far behind right now. This is a crazy game right now. This is just weird, crazy, weird, fun, and awesome here. With that reactor being built up on this barracks, he will be trying to go ahead and get out those Hellions as soon as possible, and that's going to help him out a whole lot. That splash damage is absolutely key to him trying to hold off anything. If he can hit down on those Banelings and get them to explode before getting up towards his buildings, because these supply depots are not very good against the Baneling attacks. But Gix is just going to be powering ahead here very soon. I mean, he's already got layer tech is already on the way, and that's already about 30 seconds in right there, and it's getting amazing timings on his injects. We'll be transferring down that second queen here, so he's just going to constantly just push ahead. I love the position with these Zerglings. They will be able to scout out quite a bit. Does see that there's not a whole lot of Marines right there, and is going to start up those Hellion productions as soon as possible. They're dropping down that barracks again. If he puts down that tech lab, we will be most likely seeing starport play out of him. Yes, we are actually seeing that. I just totally missed the starport in production, and just Gix all across the field right now with all of his links, just trying to see everything he can. This is just such a powerful Zerg player. I was amazed. If you are now just joining in, this was basically an all-in play here from Gix. He pulled off everything to go ahead and attack the proxy barracks that was trying to go up there for DDE. Although DDE was able to go ahead and back out and then hold off the attack in the main base. A lot of workers were killed off there. And then Gix having to go ahead and defend against GoSu. DDE's bunkering in of his main base. But Gix was able to hold that off. So it's just a back and forth battle so far.
And
but with these, what?
We are now going to see some Hellion play with Cloak of Banshees.
Yes, Cloak is not on the way yet, though. Banshees are also not on the way. But hey, wait, no, it has been started. He's just supply blocked, so that's going to be nice. The longer he is supply blocked, the better it is for the Zerg player. And he's at 52 over 47, so that's actually pretty surprising right there. 31 drones right now to the 22, and these Banshees can do some serious damage. Well, no, never mind, I'm sorry. He already has the Spore Crawlers up there. Just need to look ahead just a bit more. These Hellions are out on the field trying to scout out for these Lings to try to get some free kills here, but looks like the Lings will be back in, towards home. Those double Queens here already able to block off that ramp as soon as possible. The Spine Crawlers are also up in position to go ahead and do some defense, but looks like he's going to try to get up right in towards that secondary base's mineral line, but not able to do too much. Trying to get, looks like he does get a couple of those Baneling kills. That's going to be helping him out a bit. Also attacking the Queens, able to outrange that. That's amazing control right there. Also getting some Lings, but going to be getting surrounded right now. This is going to be huge. Oh man, that was a rock and a hard place if I ever saw that. Banelings trying to get down there and doing some good damage to those Hellions, but they are being microed pretty well there from DDE, showing he is such a very high caliber player here. But that second base is definitely kicking in. But man, those Lings die so very quickly to the splash damage. Banshees are now out on the field. They are not attacking yet. He's going to be holding them off for a bit, so this might catch Gix just really far off. But he already has those Spore Crawlers out, and he's got 3 Queens. And there is those Cloaking Field on the way for the Terran player. And, oh man, losing all those Hellions right there, that was key for him to be able to keep the map control to prevent the Zerg from being able to scout out this aggression coming out here with the Banshees. Going to be queuing up 2 more Banshees. One going to be starting up already, and another one on the way there queued up. And I guess he's just going to go attack with an overwhelming force of those Banshees, but looks like Gix is going to finish up with his own Spire here, so that means those Mutalisks will be out on the field, and they are very good against Banshees, considering the fact that those Banshees cannot attack air. Looks like we have the Siege Tech now on the way, and tanks starting to be produced for GoSu DD, but he needs to be very careful here because his front base is very subjectable to run by. Starting to go ahead and work on that bunker here on the bottom ground. And he is going to be getting up in here, surrounding all those Marines pretty quickly. And, oh man, he's actually killing off them. Is he going to get in there? Yes, he is going to be able to get in there. Going to get a nice surround on him. Those Marines are now starting to die down there, but the Banshees have just come down to go ahead and defend this. But that means Gix has this much more time to go ahead and know about it. But they do have Cloak. It's going to be about 4 Banshees. No, it's going to be 3 Banshees here attacking towards the Zerg base. But those Mutalisks are out here. They will go ahead and catch a couple of those Banshees. Going to start to work on the one, but the Cloak does go down, and he sees the GG right there. So Gix taking that game. Man, LgN, guys, we are back once again. It's me, SamSc2. Thanks for stopping by. This is going to be game 1 here, round 4 here between LgN and its GoSu. So just crazy games all night long. That last one was just ridiculous. I just did not know either of those players were going to do something that crazy. It was so much fun to watch.
Yes, indeed. First all-in of
Gix, whatever. It's okay. Close your chat tabs more. It looks like they're talking just a bit. And, man, I do not even know how to go ahead and say this guy's name. It's Ostajud. Oh, man. How do you say this guy's name? Can anybody spell it out phonetically?
G.
Okay. Well, I know how to say this one. Theory taking on the GoSu guy is going to be the red Zerg taking on the purple Protoss here. And PVZ, a whole lot of fun to watch also. But, you know, it's not as action-packed as TVZ. And TVZ is absolutely my favorite matchup. Otsuji. Ostuji.
I almost got it.
Gosh, I'm so bad at this.
I had it. Also G.
Is he a Korean player?
I think
or
so.
is he, like... I don't know, it could be Korean, but it kind of looks maybe Russian or something too.
In Russia, we drink vodka.
Vodka. Oh, but yeah, this is going to be a PVZ, and if you are new to that stream, click that follow button. Tell all of your friends about it. We're just in for some crazy fun games. LgN versus GoSu. Do you know what? Your friend has it right. Okay, cool. What was that? What were you saying there, Pascal?
Also G.
Osto G? Okay, cool. Well, good. That makes me feel good about that.
Yeah.
Looks like we're seeing a normal build here from Theory. Going to be that Forge Fast Expand build, and not being crazy greedy with putting down that early Nexus first and then going for the Forge. A lot of Protoss players like to do it, and you know, it actually pays off a lot of times because the Zerg tends to not be as aggressive when going against a Protoss player. They generally go for that Nexus first there, and being very pesky here with those probes, being able to deny this second base here for such a significant amount of time, and the pylon also blocked here at that second base, and Theory will be heading back home. The Nexus has just been started, and we'll be putting down the gateway here pretty soon. And it looks like Osoji is going to be scouting out some stuff here too. What's up, Drummer Boy? How are you doing, man? We're watching It's GoSu versus LgN right now. No gas yet for GoSu guy for Osoji. I don't want to butcher too much. Second base now. Our third base actually going down there at the second base location. Looks like we have that gateway going down here at the front, and the cannon is also on the way. Lings are out and about on the field. They will be trying to get up into Theory's base, but looks like they will split off to try to go ahead and scout out for possible pylons and other things of that nature there. Third base will be kicking up in here with the next 35 seconds or so, and he will be just checking out the front of this base and seeing what he can see. Second base Nexus looking like it will be finishing up here within the next 15 seconds. So still definitely a very normal game here between these two players. No shenanigans going down yet. So I like the shenanigans more than anything though.
They just make the game so much more interesting.
So much more fun. Definitely so much more fun. And
maybe not for the player himself, but for us, yeah.
Yeah, definitely something like that. Looks like the Queen is going to be sending up here towards this second base location. At that third base, of course, we'll be trying to get those injects, to get those larvae as soon as possible. Double gas here in the main, and no gas here at the secondary base, so not really showing what his whole strategy is going to be yet.
We're just gonna drink some more water. We need to see, we do have the gas now, so we just need to wait for, I don't know, 2 minutes, and then we'll know what he is going to do.
Alright, good stuff here. And this is LgN versus its GoSu. It always, when it dies down to these slower parts, there's just so very little to talk about. I mean, I go off of what their builds are and what their builds can possibly be, but I mean, it's obviously a metagame build right now. I mean, just nothing crazy going to be going out. I mean, Theory is basically most likely going to go ahead and throw down another pylon. Yep, that other pylon will be going down. That's just going to allow him to see that much more of his immediate surroundings, and that's always a good idea. And I really like Zerg just scouting about with his links. He's going to try to catch any possible proxies or anything else of that nature. And third base has finally kicked in. Has also transferred over those workers already. And check out that income tab. It's well, let's look at the units tab. It is 37 to 39. So Zerg is kind of behind in the whole worker count, but is going to be drawn up really hard since all those bases have finished up.
I do like about also G that he's going for the build of what was his name? Stefano.
Yeah, this seems to be a very normal build from all of Zergs. As soon as Stefano did this stuff, the metagame from Zerg pretty much switched right over to it. Although, see, a lot of there's two different styles in which the Zerg goes. I've seen either the Zerg will go for the same thing with the fast third base, and then just macroing up hardcore, getting a whole lot of drones, and then either getting massling with the speed upgrade and maybe the +1 melee attacks and just trying to swarm up or trade with the Protoss as much as possible, or they go for those roaches and then try to pressure down the front of the base as much as possible here. And but you know, it looks like we'll be seeing the roaches coming down here for the GoSu guy, and looks like the layer tech is also on the way. That's here in the main base there. We also have that metabolic boost going to be finished up here within the next I'd have to say 70 seconds or so. And that third, looks like that macro hatch being put up here in the front of the base. Queen already in position to go ahead and put down some more creep here, and that will be some good stuff there. Looks like that Ling was picked off here thanks to that one cannon, or actually the two cannons, I guess, there. And looks like we have the observers starting to push out across the map, so we can go ahead and scout out what he wants to. And we have the immortals now starting to come out. So LgN Theory is doing really good with this right now. I mean, those immortals versus roaches are so very good, especially if you have the force fields that, well, most likely this LgN Theory guy is going to be able to do.
Yes, indeed. And with some force fields and the immortals, the roaches are just can just outshoot the roaches.
Yeah, it looks like third base is now going down their fourth Theory. It's going to be finishing up here within the next little bit. And it looks like he is trying to just push out a bit, but wants to be very careful with these sentries, because if he gets caught out of position at all, gets surrounded by Lings, they will die very quickly, or at least he has to expend a significant amount of his energy to try to save it. Same thing with this Immortal. It would just be such bad news for him to get caught. Looks like we have +1 missile attacks, burrow, and the Galil Reconstitution for the Zerg player here, and we'll be establishing a fourth base most likely as soon as he scouts out this third, which will happen here. Already happened, I'm sorry. Just yawning. I'm kind of tired tonight. I don't know what's going on. I need to just sleep a bit more. And it looks like oh yeah, definitely need to eat more. LgN Theory is kind of behind on 75 to 151. Just shows you the power of that macro Zerg when you let that Zerg get into the macro mode there. Theory is going to start to go ahead and try to deal with some of this here, but he does not have the best army at all. Trying to get out that next Immortal, which will help out a bit, but he's going to have just amazing sentry force field placement. Is going to be getting out some zealots too, but he's having, I guess, a hard time warping in what he can there. Does get a nice little wall out there at the front, but that means his looking like, oh no, never mind. He's going to say his third base is kind of undefended, but that's a significant amount of cannons there. That's 7 cannons. So that's a lot of money right there just in cannons. Even the force field going down to prevent it from killing off too many of those cannons. But right now, GoSu, so good. Ostuji is just doing so good right now. I mean, it's so many roaches, and he's just doing amazing with his economy. Lings trying to get up in there. It's 68 to 52. He's on 3 base. Most likely we'll see a 4th base here soon. I'm really surprised he has not gone and done that yet. Zerg's still trying to find the best location to go ahead and attack there. Loses 2 roaches and a Ling right there, and just trying to force a lot of those force fields to go down. And but Theory just doing amazing still. I mean, he is in this. It's 116 to 177, but just, oh man, still really good force field place and really denying a lot of the air avenues in which those roaches can attack, and it's just so much fun to watch. It looks like they have the Twilight Council now finishing up there for the Protoss player. Tunneling Claws also on the way. Zerg missile attacks level 2 and the ground. Pneumatized Carpus and Pathogen Gland. So that's going to be good seeing those infestors in with this mix there, and thanks to those Tunneling Claws, those force fields will not be a problem anymore, but we'll be backing out towards the cannons right there. It looks like we'll get one of those Immortals bust around right there and going to be attacking here, but we'll have to back out a bit there thanks to this observer in the air. He is actually shown when he tries to retreat there. But check out the units lost tab. It is 1900 to 1100 right now. So Theory is still in it, but he's just, I don't know if he can really take the win. I mean, he's having a little bit of trouble there. The hatcheries, 4th and 5th base going down here on the map for OSU-G, and just looking beautiful, beautiful Zerg player right now, just doing so much macroing up. He's going to be getting those infestors here pretty soon. Hive Tech also on the way, which means he can easily tech up to those Broodlords if he wants to, or even just go those Ultras so he can just stomp down those force fields, which is always a really good idea to do. It looks like Theory is just going to continue on with his Immortal count there. He's already up to about 5 right here. None at his 3rd base there, but it's going to be really good. Immortals versus Roach and those Ultras, which most likely will be coming out here, are so very good, but those infestors are kind of, well, they're pretty good too there, because they can lock down a significant amount of this Protoss army and prevent them from doing a lot of attacking. What's going on, Davin? How you doing tonight, man?
Hey, another moderator. Yay.
Yay. Yeah, definitely fun there with those moderators. Looks like they have the Blink and the Hallucination on the way for Theory, so that's going to be really cool. We must have had the 2nd Cybernetics core somewhere on the map here. Unless I'm just blind. I'm tired.
You're just blind.
Oh man, I'm just getting so tired right now. Looks like those man, Phoenix is going across the map. Those are hallucinated, so he's going to know exactly what OSU-G is going to be going, which is going to be those Corruptors with that Greater Spire on the way. So we will be seeing Broodlords here pretty soon. We also have that Psionic Storm on the way for the Protoss player, and man, he's going to be establishing a really nice Spinecrawler wall here in the middle with Spore Crawlers also mixed. Actually, no, there are no Spore Crawlers mixed in there. That might be a small mistake. Wants to make sure he gets that done, but no, he does have the Overseers out, so that's going to help out a bit more there. But the longer OSU-G does not trade with the Protoss player, he's going to have that much more trouble. And I guess, man, he's just still really ahead. I mean, it's 196 to 171, so I guess it's not crazy ahead. 4th base will be going down here for the Protoss player here pretty soon, but he is going to be maxing out here pretty soon himself, and does have a nice amount of High Templars already in the mix. And he's got about 7 right now, but that number most likely will try to go up a bit, because those Archons are so good against the ground forces that the Zerg has right now. And it looks like he's going to try to go ahead and work on these rocks, but possible flanking attack setting up here for OSU-G. Ooh, damn, getting so tired.
Go on.
Yeah, stupid yawning here, starting to pass out. Looks like LgN Theory 182 to 169 here. I really think OSU-G should have attacked here and just constantly traded with the Protoss player, because he's got the economy for it. He's got such a huge bank there, 2,600 gas, and just going to constantly try to pick off. But man, beautiful force fields and those Psionic Storms going down. Going to be melting away a bunch of those roaches right there in the middle. That was a big little win right there. 152 or 159 to 178. He's able to macro up those units very quickly. His Broodlord army is not that powerful yet. He's got about 7, but those Blink Stalkers will be able to get underneath of it. Nice feedbacks going down on those infestors. This is looking really good right now for LgN Theory. Those fungal growths trying to go down to lock in the army, but those High Templars are feeding back so very quickly. Those Immortals definitely key to dealing with those roaches. And it looks like Theory is going to go ahead and back out, but blinks forward to go ahead and pick off a couple of those roaches, and we'll be heading back. But looks like the possible 5th base location has been blocked off thanks to this poop creeping Overlord. But still definitely in at 162 to 175 there. A lot of the Zerg's bank has been expended, and I'm going to continue on trying to get a big amount of those Broodlords. But we had the Fleet Beacon on the way here for LgN Theory, so we will be seeing the Mothership here as soon as he can, of course. And I think he's going to be setting up to try to do an Archon Toilet, although his High Templar count is down to only about 2, so maybe it's just going to utilize map control or things of that nature. Yeah, Mothership is so much fun. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. Well, we had a lot more earlier, but there was some lag issues thanks to the delay problems, and I guess people don't want to watch me anymore. Sad FaceTime.
Those were just lag spikes. They were minimal.
Oh, well, I guess people don't like me. It's okay, though. I will hopefully try to get some more fans here sometime soon. But it looks like he does pick up a bunch of those drones right there. Wow, that's going to be a nice little pickup there for Theory, killing off about 12 workers and going to be killing off that hatchery and getting right out of it. But there's a counterattack here with a bunch of links here towards the 4th base of the Protoss, and he's very far out of position. Going to be sending in here with his Immortals, and the, wow, actually able to save it there. Wow, that's amazing. Look at the upgrades right now for the Protoss. It is +2, +1 on the armor, and the Zerg is looking like he has the +2, +1 with the Carapace, and his melee attack is, I don't know, their big attack right now. Psystorm does go down, killing off a lot of those links pretty quickly there. Oh, but man, the Broodlords are in a nice position. That is going to block off those Stalkers from being able to blink underneath of them, and a nice utilization of the map right there. Theory, did he just get a, no Mothership on the way yet? And, oh, he definitely needs to get it, though. But it's definitely anybody's game still. It's just such a back and forth stuff.
Doesn't have the gas for the Mothership.
No, he does not. Well, no, he's got some serious amount of gas right now. He doesn't have the supply for it. He's maxed out pretty much. 196, +3 now on the way. More High Templars warping in, so he needs to go ahead and get rid of a couple things here. But here comes a big attack here from Osto-G right now. And man, though, the Psionic Storm so good against those Lynx and those Broodlings. And most likely will be blinking forward to go ahead and try to take out these Broodlords, which is what we're happening right now. But the Fungal Growth going down onto those Stalkers, preventing them from blinking up even further. And they are starting to basically die away. Those Immortals, though, oh man, I don't know. This is just so hard for me to get up in there. He lost a lot of his units, and he doesn't have that huge amount of Blink Stalkers anymore. Those Immortals starting to get taken out there just by those Broodlings. And Oso-G looking very powerful right now. It's 196 to 142, so it's really starting to hurt him, and he most likely will be able to pick off this Nexus, and that's something Theory did not want to have happen. 3rd base is also, well, nicely saturated, but the main is basically fully mined out there. 2nd base also pretty fully mined out, so he's going to have to just do a defensive play right now. Theory pulling off a bunch of those workers. Need to be very careful about doing that. And they're actually following around the army right now. He needs to get them right back to work. That's a lot of idle probes. That is huge. Oh man, that's hurting him so much. But it looks like that 4th base. Yeah, there is that drop there at the top base location. Almost able to snipe off this hatchery there. But that one Corruptor able to start to work on it. So Theory is still in it though. He's in it to win it, of course, but can he do it? I just don't know. And going to be long distance mining this middle, it looks like, and is going to establish that Nexus up here pretty soon as it can, of course. A bunch of cannons also going down, but this Zerg army is looking so good right now. Broodlords are such a good unit, and it's so hard without, anti-air of any type for the Protoss to go ahead and deal with. I mean, the blinking underneath there, but the amazing fungal growth going down there. You might lose all these Immortals, and that's going to be really bad. Chain Fungal attempted, but was not able to get up on there. Broodlords definitely starting to do their damage, though. Catching in, wow, he might be able to kill off all 3 of these Immortals. That's going to be really big. Yes, he is going to be able to kill off all 3 of those Immortals. That means he does not have that damage dealing unit right now. He's going to have to go ahead and get those Archons instead, and they are very good against what he is going to be against. And nice blink underneath. Those Broodlords going to start to single shot him down. Very nice Psystorm going down, and it looks like we see the GG right there. What's going on, everyone? We are back once again. This is going to be game 2 between LgN Theory and GoSu Oso-G. Yeah, just a bit, but hey, it's okay, man. No biggie. People still want to go ahead and watch what these 2 players are going to do.
Oh, and I like the map. Cloud's Kingdom.
Definitely a whole lot of fun to see that. But man, just I can't believe the viewer count is not all that good tonight. I think the big problem was that we did not get it set up onto Team Liquid's official ESEA stuff. I talked to Check 6 Suppy, but I guess he just didn't go and get it done. But hey, it's okay. Things happen.
Yep.
Well, hey, you want to jump in and co-cast with me? There's Buttery Greg. I tried to do it myself, the whole setting up on the calendar, but they don't like me and refused me like multiple times. Yeah, you tried it, I tried it, we all tried it, and we failed.
Yep. First we got an email back with try to delete this, and then it's good, and then we sent it again, and then we got again.
Yeah, they said they blocked this from getting up on the calendar because they said the prize pool was not sufficient enough to get up on the Team Liquid thing. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This is ESEA map. I just like, that doesn't make any sense. I'd take me some time, get everything together. Okay. Oh, that's fine there. And this is going to be GoSu, OSOG versus LgN Theory. And this is just going to be some crazy stuff here. ZVP is definitely a really fun matchup. A lot of fun stuff can happen there. And now last game there, Theory just wasn't able to deal with those Broodlords. I thought GoSu was just going to have such a hard time dealing with it, but it just he was able to deal with it pretty powerfully. Yeah, definitely. I need more co-casters because, I mean, I could do it alone, but I don't like it. I don't like to do it alone. It's funner with another person. It just keeps the cast as interesting as possible. And, you know, I try to be as analytical as possible, but I'm not the best one at it.
And it also gives you more time to breathe.
Yes, breathing and taking, you know, breaks and stuff every once in a while is always a fun stuff.
So you won't get dizzy.
Yeah, looks like that cannon going to be warping in here pretty soon, but those Zerglings are starting to work on the gateway pretty much, well, really powerfully there, taking it down. A lot of health. Oh my god, is he going to be able to get the kill on it? No, I don't know if he is or not. Looks like those Lings are starting to die down. Is he going to get the kill? He is going to get the kill there, but looks like Theory was able to go ahead and get the wall up. That's going to be a nice little pickup there for GoSu OSOG. Yeah, it's just funner with the co-caster. I mean, that way you don't miss anything. It gives you time to think about stuff because you just got to be on your heels with just talking. And you know, it's really fast that you just run out of stuff. I mean, because there's not much. I mean, not much that goes on. I mean, other than the fact that right now, getting that kill on that gateway was just awesome. Just definitely awesome there. I mean, Theory's going to be kind of behind right now. Is going to be getting up that Nexus himself there, but that one cannon, two Lings right in the front there, just on that patrol to try to go ahead and see what is going on here from Theory. Doing a good job. I'm actually going to have to say I'm not doing a good job. I need to wake up or something. I don't know. I'm not catching everything like I normally do. These last 2 days have just been my off days, and I don't know what is about that at all. I can't talk at all either. Like, my mouth doesn't want to go, you know. But it looks like GoSu OG actually gets supply block there a bit. I think that was just because he did a little bit of the Vespane Geyser trick to go ahead and get out those extra units. And we'll be getting that second base finishing up here pretty soon. Double gas here in the main, and also, nope, just in the main here. So it looks like Theory will be doing something here pretty soon. Still has not put down a Cybernetic score. That's actually really surprising. I can't believe that has not gone down yet. Yeah, I do try to go ahead and talk as much as possible. Cybernetic core going down right there. After I had said it, he must have known, but no, he did not. Looks like we have those links coming out right now for OSOG. And check it on the units tab. It is 30 to 24, so definitely doing pretty good in the whole worker tab. He has been macroing up like a boss there. No macro hatch gone down, and no third base yet for OSOG. And Theory going to be doing okay. He's going to be crota boosting out those workers as much as he can, so he will keep, well, at least try to catch up with the Protoss player. But 7 drones on the wave right now for GoSu and the metabolic boost, which means his links are going to be that much better. This is just going to be some crazy stuff. Does have that frontal zealot to go ahead and do a little bit of pressure here, but that queen and most likely those links, which will be finishing up, or they are right here actually, will be able to deal with this zealot pretty quickly. And it looks like he's going to go ahead and intercept, start to go ahead and damage it a bit there. But that metabolic boost has not kicked in yet, so needs to be very careful about losing it. Those zealots can tank quite a bit of damage, but looking like he's trying to control it as much as he can there. Does pull up those hurt ones and attacking with those less hurt ones there. Really nice control with those links. I loved it. Looks like we have some really nice Overlord placements here from GoSu OSOG, and doing really good there. +1 weapons upgrade on the way for the Protoss player, and that warp kit technology has been started up there. About 100 seconds on the way for it, and the robotics facility here, that is in the main base. And yeah, Looks like we're seeing that third gas going down here at that second base location for the Zerg player. He is doing that double evolutionary chamber and that macro hatch here in the main. Also has that spine crawler in the front there that will help defend against any possible aggression. But most likely we'll try to take a third base here soon because the longer he waits to do that, the closer ahead the Protoss player will get. And check out the units tab, it is 42 to 44. So even though he's been drawing up such a hardcore amount, the double chrono boost here on these Nexuses are just allowing him to just get do so good. A couple more gateways warping in here into the main base there. That warp gate technology very close to finishing up here. He's getting that observer to go ahead and scout out here into the main there, and that +1 weapons very close to finishing off there. Zerg is going to be following up with that +1/+1 melee attack and the ground carpus, and that layer tech is on the way. I do need a co-caster, Irish Stud, but I'm in a replay game right now, so we can't really. It's harder to go ahead and do it. You can co-cast with it. Do you know the info for the channel and stuff? I think you do. Looks like Lings are going to start to go ahead and push in towards Theory's base, but I do like the fact that he's got a couple of those sentries out, so he can easily deny a lot of it. Also going to start to go ahead and range against those Lings, so it's going to force GoSu OGG to go ahead and get out of there. Observer out on the field right now, but I really love the fact that GoSu OSOG has got such a significant amount of map vision right now. I mean, the Overlords are just out and about everywhere you can think of. Overseer going to be scouting out here into the main. It is going to see that there are 4 gates there, and the one here on the bottom ground. Actually, it's a 2. Yes, it is going to be 2. It's possibly setting up for a 6-gate aggression push here, and that could do some pretty good damage, especially if being backed up with these Immortals. But it looks like third base has now just been started up here for the Zerg player, and a bunch of Links finishing up there. Also, that infestation pit finishing up, so most likely will. I don't know if he's going to try to tech up to that hive tech immediately or not, but it's very possible that he can do it. Ling's going to be getting right up into the main base, going right for the mineral line, but the Stalkers are in position, and is going to start to go ahead and get a couple kills, but those Stalkers might be able to get a Stalker kill. Is he going to be able to get it? Yes, he does get 1 Stalker kill, so that's going to help him out a whole lot, but another group of Lings trying to get up in there, but looks like they were deflected thanks to this Sentry army. Very powerful Sentry army right now, up to about 5. Is that a couple more? No, those are Stalkers. Those force fields are incredibly key to defending his base there. Third base will be finishing up here for the Zerg player. Also going to be getting the double gas, so he's going to be getting those infestors soon. Pathogen Glance also on the way, and that Zerg melee attack level 2 also started up there. Bunch of Zerglings checking out that units tab. He's got about 49 drones, so he's just just getting so many links. He wants to be very careful about not droning up. He wants to basically just max out those drones as quick as possible because this Protoss player is just not aggressive at all. Oh, Irish Stud has class tomorrow. Why you have class? Just be a caster. Just be a caster, man. But, man, this GoSu is looking very dangerous right now. I mean, it's all about the fact he's got so many Lings, and he can trade with the Protoss player if he so chooses to. But I like the walling in here with Theory. That's going to prevent the amount of places that he can go ahead and try to attack here. The main bit of his armor here is at that third Nexus that is trying to get established up here. And those Lings are looking like they will be attacking that position. But Theory is going to know about it and will go ahead and get into position to deny it. Looks like we had that fourth base going down here for GoSu and more infestors on the way. He is up to about 6 infestors with 1 more on the way, so he's going to have about 7, 8, and 9 pretty soon. Extended Thermal Lance has just been started up there. Those Colossi numbers will start to go ahead and get up there. 1 on the way. Might throw down a second robotics facility as soon as he establishes that third base to go ahead and help get out those Colossi counts. But GoSu can easily go ahead and counter up, get down that Spire, which he should probably go ahead and start to do there so he can get those Corruptors out. Nice fungal growth going down on a lot of this army. If he could do, oh, he does get a chain fungal right there, killing off 4 of those. Man, 4 of those sentries getting killed off there. A bunch of infested Terrans coming down, so he might even be able to get a kill off on these Immortals. This is so good right now for LgN or GoSu. OSOG. Theory losing a significant amount of his army. Those sentries were key to him being able to defend anything. That is just amazing. Whew. Alright, fourth base is going to be getting finished up here for the Zerg player there. Extended Thermal Lance already about halfway done. Blink now on the way for the Protoss, but he's really behind right now. Big attack here by the third location, extending out a whole bunch of those invested Terrans, but they're so very slow, but they might be able to go ahead and just destroy those Zealots very quickly. Targeting down that Nexus. Going to be able to kill off this Nexus. That's another big pickup there for GoSu, OSOG. He's just such a good Zerg player. He's so good at this game.
League is he in?
So amazing. What's up?
What league is he in?
What league is he in? I'm going to have to say Awesome League. Is that a whole league?
I would believe you if you said it.
Yeah, I mean, most likely he's a GM. I mean, he's on Clan GoSu. But I think he's mostly a Korean player. I'm not totally sure there. Link's trying to go down there to go ahead and possibly force off another cancel on the Nexus, but was not being started up, but he will kill off that gas and the pylon, and burrowing down one of those Links to just be that much more pesky. And there is no Overseer, or I mean Observer in the main army of Theory, so he's going to have to go ahead and send one up there to go ahead and deal with it, but he is going to start to go ahead and push out here. He does have a nice amount of those Colossi right now. He's up to about 3 in the main army, and those Lings die very quickly to those swipes with it, especially with the upgrades, the +2 on it, but needs to be very careful about getting out of position there. Could have been easily picked off there. But isn't looking like he's going to establish his third base again. One swipe of that Colossi killing off a couple of those Links. That is just incredible. Also seeing a 6th base, or actually, I'm sorry, 5th base going up here for that Zerg player. And just again, looking like that, those Links not really able to get up in towards that Protoss Colossus ball. Now, it looks like we do have that Greater Spire now on the way, so he's going to be trying to get out those Broodlords here pretty soon, and that's going to be very good because the Stalker count here for Theory is not very large at all. He's going to start to go ahead and try to push in towards the Zerg's area, but he does have a lot of those Spine Crawlers up and the Infestors out with a significant amount of energy, so he can easily fungal growth this army down, just depending upon if Theory is able to target down those Infestors or not. And Link's just being very pesky out on the field, trying to pick off anything they can. They do see the scan, or the timing here, of that third base, the new third base, I should say. And do we have, where is the Observer out? There is just one Observer out on the field right now, and a big warping of a couple of those Zealots here will be able to kill off those Links pretty quickly. Loses one, though, so he wants to be very careful about losing as much as he is right now. Check out that unit's loss tab. It is 5,800 to 3,400. So just GoSu OSOG just showing how much of an amazing player he is, and his army is looking very good, especially with having this many Corruptors in his field. And a couple of those Broodlords are morphing. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm sorry. That was the Overseer. I'm just blind. But we will be seeing those Broodlords here very shortly, especially with this big bank that he has. And yes, we have 7 Broodlords now on the way. This is going to be huge. This is going to be huge. Looks like that Observer getting up in there to try to scout it out, but gets killed off almost instantly. And I love these burrowed Infestors out on the field right now for GoSu OSOG. He's going to be able to drop down a bunch of those Infestors out of the Nexus to try to target it down there, but looks like Theory was able to go ahead and catch it, and we'll be able to kill off all of those infested Terrans before they can really do any damage. You're sick. Stop being sick, man. Sick, man. He's a top GM on North America and top G. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, he definitely shows how amazing he is. This guy is so good. Really fun to watch him play. I love it when Zergs are so pesky because it's just action is what I need to talk about, of course, because when there's nothing going on, what am I going to say? Look, there's a Zergling and it's running. Looks like we have those Broodlords now starting to push out across the map there with this Zergling back up on the ground. He can just do so much damage to the Protoss player. More infested Terrors trying to go ahead and drop down there. Will force the pull off with those probes there and getting right back to work, though, and he's just having a big hard time right now trying to go ahead and deal with these Broodlords in the air. Does have the blink finished off there, but he does not wait, no, never mind, he does not have the blinks finished off, so he's going to have almost no possible way getting up in towards those Broodlords. Those infested Terrans are picking off those Zealots very quickly, and just Colossi actually looking like they're doing pretty good against those Broodlords. As soon as they pop out, they do kill them off, but the health is killed off there. Looks like the High Templar was killed off there too, and most likely we'll be able to get the kill off on this Nexus here very shortly. And GoSu OSOG just showing so good, such a good player, also establishing another base behind this whole attack here. And Theory is just in such a bad place right now, has mined out the main base for the most part. Second base is looking anemic, and that third base is now being established again. So I just don't know what he can do. I mean, if he can attack in the best possible location, still not really going to be in his favor at all. I mean, he does have a couple of those sentries mixed in here, so he's got a lot of force fields possible, but I mean, the Broodlords are just so key. I mean, he's got no way to deal with them. Not getting blink is just so bad for him. Now starting that up, and just amazing that it is so far behind. Good night, Irish Stud. Good Night Irish stud there. Looks like these Broodlords will go ahead and try to protect those infestors there. And nice fungal growth going down on a couple of them, just picking up more and more kills as we stake there. Looks like we do have the Zealots attacking this top base location. Looks like 20 workers killed there for GoSu Osuji, and only 5 there from Theory. Wow, I couldn't press the button there. Actually looking on 7. These things just watching their drones get killed off. I guess GoSu Osuji wants the links or the drones to go and get killed off so he can go ahead and free up more and more supply for more of an army there. And he's just looking so powerful. Where are his? Oh yeah, there's his infestors right there. 3 more infestors on the way. +3/+3, and that Zerg Flyer Carpus level 1. That's going to go ahead and help out when dealing with those Blink Stalkers. That will at least take away a little bit of the damage. Now, Protoss is mostly looking like he is maxed out for the most part. What? Didn't the stream drop? Wait. No, it didn't. Okay.
No,
he is. He's not maxed out. He's at +3 right now on the attack, so still looking pretty good. But he's just not going to have any way to deal with these Broodlords. I mean, especially with these Corruptors now on the field, those Colossi are going to start to die away there. Picking off some Overlords here and there, not exactly the best win, and he needs to be very careful about getting so far out of position because the Zerg can easily just push down the front of his base while he is engaging this top one, and that is what we're going to see right now. He will be engaging it. Looks like Blink has finally finished up there, and Zerg just doesn't care about it. It doesn't even matter. I mean, he's so far ahead. Look at the bank right there, 5,000, 6,000 minerals or so, 2,000 gas, so he can easily macro up another army almost instantaneously there. A big supply depot wall off here in that 4th base location in the middle, and just looking powerful. We'll be finishing up with that +3 ground carpus here within the next couple seconds, and these centrifugal hooks now being started up, so he's going to start to mix in some banelings in with this, and that's going to help out a lot because those fungal growths down onto those units will prevent them from running around. Those banelings will be able to splash damage out pretty much everything. Broodlord's getting slightly out of position, blinking right underneath of it though, and able to kill him off pretty quickly, but looks like the Lings here save the rescue. Colossi nicely spread out there. But fungal growth going down onto those stalkers is hurting them off a bit. Bunch of infested Terrans also going down there, so he's got some nice range units there in the mix, and they do have that +1 attack. And but still, those Broodlords are just incredibly good. More fungal growth going down there. Theory pretty much losing everything right now. It is about 80, then just dropping so significantly. And GoSu looks like we see the GG right there. So GoSu Osuji able to take the win right